Hello there guys, Feng here, and welcome to Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers 2015. Wow, what a mouthful. Let's just call it Magic 2015 from now on in. Okay, so for those of you that know, I absolutely love Magic. I really enjoyed playing paper Magic when I was younger. I dabbled around a bit in Magic the Gathering Online. Not for that long now, unfortunately. And ever since I've been playing these, and they've been really nice. It's been a nice change. After all, you know, at the end of the day, not everyone has got the money to play proper paper Magic, or the money to actually play Magic the Gathering Online and stuff like that. Plus, the community for Magic the Gathering Online, I wouldn't say is great. So let's just leave it at that. Anyway. Let's start first by saying that this particular version of Magic the Gathering is definitely one that we've been looking forward to. We now have the ability to customize decks, which is something we never really had in any of the previous installments except for 2014. In 2014 we had sealed deck play. And while that was pretty nice, it gave us a nice taste of being able to construct our own deck out of the cards that we were given. It wasn't particularly great. If you add to the fact that it was actually a target of a paywall, then yeah, it gets technically even worse, to the point where you might have been better off just playing sealed deck play in Magic the Gathering Online instead, which yeah, wasn't very happy about that, but nonetheless, it was still a fun game. Simple as that. Okay, so there's a few things, right? Now, this is weird because the title screen, when I'm not recording, is at 30 frames, but as soon as I hit the record button, it's at 60 frames, and it seems to have actually uncapped it, which is absolutely strange. It's really weird why it's done that. It's ever so weird. Now, the interface is not particularly great. It's definitely one of the worst interfaces that we've had in the Magic Duels of Planeswalkers series. You have to kind of click the next one across to go across, or you can use the mouse wheel. But it's clear that this was designed with tablets in mind. Obviously, touch screen, you touch which way you want to go and whatnot. It doesn't quite work well in PCs. So yeah. Options menu. Let's show you the options menu. Okay, so I've actually got my difficulty on Mage, which is the easiest one, and you'll see why fairly shortly. Okay, so obviously we've got the usual display hints, tips. Actually, don't need that. Just go away. Full screen, aspect ratio, resolution, anti-aliasing, refresh rate, all that good stuff. Not an awful lot of stuff. I'm actually just going to take the shadows off. I'm not going to apply. Actually, no, I best not, because it might fuck up the video now. Obviously, got the audio sliders. I've had to turn the tutorial voiceover volume off because the tutorial list is absolutely annoying as fuck. We do have a voice communication button, which is cool. Subtitles, which we don't need. Preferences, as you can see, I've just took off the foils off because, well, I haven't got no foils, so it doesn't really matter. Don't really care about the cosmetics of that, so yeah. And we've got the advanced stuff. We do have the auto land back in, so obviously changing that will allow us to manually tap lands, which is a good thing because apparently the error in this one is a lot more dumber than the previous installments. So yeah, great. Okay, so that's the options. Now, before we actually crack on with some actual gameplay, I do want to talk about the monetizing of this particular game as opposed to the other ones. So, in the previous installments, you had the base game, which was what, £7, obviously your regional equivalent. Yeah. Now, normally there's an expansion pack shortly after, which is about £4. The expansion pack is usually worth it because of the fact that you normally get quite a big, substantial amount of new decks. You get a load of new story content, and you're also able to unlock cards from your previous decks, more cards, so you got more choice. And also, what I really liked as well is the fact that you could buy separate decks. I like new decks. I'm not talking about the shortcut ones. I'm talking about new decks. They usually come in sets of 2, and them £2, so it's like £1 a deck. Some of those kind of decks are really fun to play with, especially the multicolour ones. I'm a huge fan of multicolour decks, so that's usually really nice for me. But also, there has been the problem of shortcut bundles and stuff like that. So what I mean by that is that you can effectively pay money to unlock all the cards. Which, you know, I don't really have that much of a problem with, but only usually if it's a free-to-play game. Because obviously the devs have to make the money somehow. I'm not really a fan of shortcuts anyway, but obviously in those kind of games, free-to-play games, it does make sense to have those kind of things. Now, the first time I actually seen this was back in Battlefield 3, was it? I think it was Battlefield 3, where you could buy shortcut bundles. They was quite expensive for what they were, and the fact that you could get them in game just by playing is kind of ludicrous. Unfortunately, the same is, well, yeah, it's the same here, unfortunately. So, yeah. Now, firstly, you got the foils. This is just cosmetic. I really don't give a shit whether they sell these or not. All it is like, ooh, shiny cards. I honestly don't care. So, if you really want to spend £5.50 giving all your cards shiny, that's up to you. It doesn't bother me at all. You know, that's fine. I'm actually okay with that. You know. Then we get to the card collections. Okay. Now this is the hilarious bit of the game. The game is £7. The basic game is £7. You can basically unlock all the cards in the. This, bear in mind, this is all the cards in the collection, right? From all the base game planes. £14. That's double the price of the base game. That's absolutely ludicrous. It really is. Each plane is also £3 if you just want to get the plane separately, but that seems a bit over the top to me. It's, I don't know. I really don't know. I just scratch my head thinking, well, what the fuck, you know? If you're gonna do this, then you're basically cutting your gameplay time, and that's kind of what the game's about. For me, being able to make your own deck and being able to get boosters from winning the games is what makes it fun for me. It's probably going to make it fun for a lot of other people. Taking that away by being able to buy all the collection is, I don't know, insane. Let's just say that. Insane. But it gets better, guys. It gets better. Boosters. Now, I can't find any concrete info on these, but premium boosters step up your game and enhance your collection with a booster pack of 10 powerful cards, usable in the campaign and in PvP. So let's have a look at how much these. Oh look, £1.50. Now, what I find really funny about that is that a proper pack of normal paper magic is about £2.50. So it's just £1 more than what you're paying for virtual ones. Considering it's not Magic the Gathering Online, this is actually a video game. It's supposed to be a video game. That's an awful lot of money to try and do that. But the thing is, it appears that these premium boosters have got stronger stuff than you can get in the base game. Now, that to me screams pay to win. But I don't know if you can get these via unlocks during the base game, but I'm going to assume that if you can, they're going to be either extremely rare or you can only unlock a certain amount. And if that's the case, then this is definitely borderline pay to win if you're actually bothered with the multiplayer aspect of the game. Now, obviously, I'm not really that bothered about multiplayer aspects of the game, so it doesn't bother me. But it's definitely going to bother a hell of a lot of other players that do play multiplayer. Okay, now we've finished that rant. Let's crack on to the game. Now, I did have to play the first little level just to get the sound right, sound levels right and stuff. it appears that you can't skip the tutorial, which is fucking annoying. It's annoying as fuck because of people that already know how to play the game can't bloody skip it. So that's absolutely superb. Okay, so for those of you that are new to the franchise, I'm just gonna go through it anyway, as I always do. I don't want to leave out all the newbies, and you know. So yeah. So okay, each player starts with 20 life. They start with a deck of cards, usually around about 60. You can actually build more than 60, depending if you actually got the cards or not. And we have our hand. So each player draws seven cards into the hand. And as you can see, we've got quite a lot of these land cards. Now, these cards are what's needed to cast things. So as you can see, we've got quite a lot of forests. And these three are creature cards. So, yeah, okay. Let's continue. Oh, we need to zoom into the wheel. Okay. This is what I mean. This is damn annoying. To begin playing Magic, you must complete a series of quests. Each quest will be related to one of the 5 colours of Magic. So this is the tutorial quest, by the way. This has got nothing to do with the actual main game. For the first quest, you're playing a green deck. Green his speciality is large, powerful, stompy creatures. Whereas the opponent is Crimson Mage, which is more focused on direct damage, fast little shit and other stuff. Okay, so each turn you can play a land. You can only play 1 land per turn, and it goes into play untapped. So we can't actually cast anything, so we just basically end our turn at this point. Okay, so Crimson Mage will also play lands to build the resources he needs to cast spells. Yep, that's pretty simple and straightforward. But now he's going to cast a spell because he's got a card that actually only costs 1 mana. So as you can see at the top right, this requires a mountain. As you can see on this one here, this requires 2 forests. And this one here requires 2 forests and 2 colourless, which means 2 of any colour. So it needs 4 mana in total. 2 green and 2 of anything else. Got it? Good. Okay, let's take a closer look. Vroom. Right, so in the creature's case, the left number is your power. That's how much damage the creature deals. The right number is toughness. That's how much it takes for the creature to be destroyed. As it just said there, which is absolutely superb. Okay. Now, when creatures are summoned, they can't attack the same turn. They suffer from summoning sickness. There is an ability in the game that allows you to attack the same turn it's summoned, but we'll go through that a bit later. Okay, as you can see, yes, mana costs are more complex depending on the bloody thing you're trying to cast. Okay, so it's going to be our turn next. So we're going to play a land, and now we can summon. Now, normally you can only cast spells during your main phase. There are, of course, some cards that can be cast at any time. Well, nearly any time. So we'll cast this. This is a 3/3. It's quite a big beastie. Now, next turn, what's going to happen is this creature's actually got a special ability. And Crazed Goblin attacks each turn if able. That's actually a negative ability, if you think about it. Because now, if it attacks, I have a choice of whether to block the creature with my 3/3 or to just let the damage go through and deal damage to my life. So yeah, you've got quite a nice bit of choice there when it comes to defending. So of course we're going to defend. We might as well. We've got a 3/3 against a 1/1. It's pretty clear who's going to win at this point. Oh, fuck off this stupid tutorial. I wish I could just skip it. I wish I could just skip it and then just talk about it, you know, in my own time. But nah, the game won't let you do that. It likes to piss off the veterans. Let's just say that. Is that it? Yay! Thank you. At the end of every turn, each creature heals. Any damage dealt to the creatures is removed, and of course, lands untap. If it will carry on, please. Thank you. So we'll play another land. Can we cast anything else? We can't cast anything else, but we can attack. We can swing for 3. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to swing for 3. Now he's got nothing to defend with. Now he could cast something called Innocence, and that the red deck usually has some sort of direct damage, so you could cast something like, say, lightning bolt or something, stuff like I think lightning bolts, whichever. Anyway, you could cast something that could destroy that or do damage to me or whatever, but he hasn't, so it doesn't matter. So we swing for 3, and there we go. We can't cast anything, so I'm just gonna pass. I wish there was an easy way just to pass the turn, a quicker way. Let's see what he just summoned. Okay. So, Blues Craze Neonate, oh fucking of course, pronounce it, fuck it. Attacks each turn if able. Whenever blah 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 deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okie dokie, so it's got 2 abilities. One that makes it attack each turn if able, and the second one is whenever it deals damage to me, then it can have a +1/+1 counter on it. There we go. Feng's getting tongue-tied. Right, so let's summon the Rumbling Baloth. So, we have a 4/4, very beastie, but we're going to swing for our 3/3. Now he's got a choice. He can either block it with his 2/1, or he's going to let the damage go through. He's actually going to block it with his 2/1, so that's great. That's absolutely superb, because now it means that that dies and we don't have to worry about it no more. But of course, it's preserved his life points, so we still need to do some damage. Okay, Bloodrock Cyclops is a 3/3 and attacks each turn if able. You can probably see a little trend with these red creatures. A lot of them do have the negative of them must attack each turn if able, but usually that's not usually a negative if the enemy has no blockers and other stuff. This time I'm going to try something a bit different. We're actually going to attack and then play something. Okay, that seems like a decent idea. So we're going to attack with both. Crimson Mage decided not to block, and he's going to take 7 damage. Awesome. This is definitely pre-planned, by the way. So you don't really have any choice in the matter in these bloody tutorials, which is great. So we're going to, on our second main phase, we're going to put a land down, and we're going to summon Fury's Band Senators, which is a 3/7. Big beastie. Crimson Mage will play a land and attack. This means he won't be able to block it next turn. Well, obviously he can't block, can't even decide to block, because this creature must attack each turn. Which means we can easily block with our 3/7. There is an extreme amount of lag waiting for these, which is a shame. And there we go. Now he's down to 10 life, and in fact I think we have got the win here. And that's it, we have actually got the win. Yay, attack with everything! And that's game, set, and match. Whoa, white! Jesus Christ, white bloody background. In Quest 2, well, spice of the battle with other kinds of spells. Yay! Because that's what I like. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is, since this is just the goddamn bloody tutorial, I'm just going to play through this myself, and we'll be back once we actually get to the actual campaign. So I'll see you guys a bit later.